Welcome to Football Reporters. It's week 2. Week 1 is officially wrapped up.
It is. It's back. Football is back full time now.
Yep.
Now players will be playing whole games now, as opposed to just halves.
Yep. Like they usually do. All right. So last week we got started with Thursday night football. We're just gonna dive right into this. Thursday night football. The first game of the year. The Carolina Panthers and the Denver Broncos. A rematch of Super Bowl 50. A rematch we all wanted to see. In fact, this should have been the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
This was a fantastic game. You had so much riding on this game. Trevor Siemian looked okay.
Yeah.
I guess.
All right, at best.
Yep. Okay, the Broncos won 21-20. Their defense is still monsters. Even with
I'd love to look at the scores, but I can't.
Oh, we're having some difficulties? No, crap.
We're having difficulties on this application.
CBSSports.com. But in that case, I'll just, use...
I'll try to find something, but...
You'll probably use a different one. But anyway, so, C.J. Anderson went off.
Oh, he crushed it.
Catching the ball, rushing the football. He played well. That offensive line played well for the Denver Broncos. And the coaching staff for the Carolina Panthers screwed up.
I figured out what the problem was.
They were throwing away timeouts. Timeouts are important.
Timeouts are important in games, yes, they
Especially
are.
for that. Graham Gano missed the...
Absolute clutch field goal.
He misses the field goal, 50 yards out. It's 50 yards, but it's in Denver. Should have been an easier kick.
I figured out the problem, people. I'm back on.
Okay.
Wasn't logged into the Massasoit Wi-Fi.
That'll be the one. So the Broncos go 1-0, and I think this is definitely a key win for them, even without the quarterbacks in Carolina that they used to have. But so what's your biggest takeaway from the game? That game?
That's played way better in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
18-26, not bad. Not bad.
Nope.
I thought, the Panthers could play a lot better.
Yep.
They gave up in the second half.
So
that's my opinion.
Was this a Denver win or was it a Carolina loss?
Carolina loss.
Okay. So that
they didn't score any points in the second half.
Yep.
Cam played bad, 18 of 33. That's un-Cam Newton-like.
Nope. Plus, should we talk about the head hits?
Oh, he took a lot of them.
He took 4 head hits. Only one of them was called, but then it was negated because of the intentional grounding. Which I think personally, I hate when the penalties.
Well, I hate when the penalties, especially when it's like an intentional grounding and a helmet-to-helmet hit. That doesn't make any sense. Those just because it's 2 penalties doesn't mean those penalties are offset.
No.
Intentional grounding is the most insignificant penalty in the history of the NFL.
You know what I say to this one? I say this with the helmet-to-helmet hit, it should override every other penalty.
Oh yeah.
No matter whose side it's on.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, because defensive players don't get helmet-to-helmets too. They just never call it.
Yeah, it's a helmet-to-helmet hit is a helmet-to-helmet hit, no matter if he's like that for running backs or wide receivers. It doesn't matter if he's a runner. Yeah. It's unacceptable to hit it's unacceptable for a helmet-to-helmet hit to happen.
Mm-hmm. All right, Rex Ryan, he returned to Baltimore where he was the defensive coordinator for years there, and oh my God, his offense stalled.
Yep.
Against a team in the Ravens.
We were watching it, and it was like, I don't think we saw them one time on offense.
Which one, the Bills or them?
Both of them. They really showed it on Red Zone.
Yeah, they did. Whatever they did, I think Flacco threw a bat. He was not sharp. I think
it was Tyrod Taylor.
Tyrod Taylor was not sharp either. He was only
111 yards, no touchdowns, no picks,
and only 11 yards rushing. Well, McCoy was the best player on both sides of the ball. He scored the only touchdown the Bills had. Sammy Watkins was a massive disappointment. 4 catches, 43 yards, and now he's hurt, which we'll dive into. Yeah, exactly. We'll dive into that more later.
They scored 7 points in 4 quarters.
Yep, the Ravens didn't do much better. They scored 13, but they scored enough to win. But I still have major concerns about the Ravens, and now
I have major concerns about the Ravens' offense. No, more so defense.
Yeah, the defense don't have any.
But you can't run the type of system they're running with the different backs.
They have
pick one.
They have a decent offensive line. I don't like their receiving core is bad. So I'm saying that for the Ravens and the Bills, for you guys in Baltimore and in Buffalo, It'll be a major concern. Should be really concerned.
You should be very concerned, especially Baltimore's defense not as vaunted as it used to be.
No,
it's not.
It definitely has lost a lot of pieces, and I don't think they have a cornerback. I think they should really be looking for a franchise corner in the offseason.
They did.
Or trade for one.
They tried to get Jalen Ramsey in the draft, but they couldn't trade up to get him.
Nope. All right. So next up, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the sleeper pick that everyone loves, went into Matt Ryan's house in the Georgia Dome, won 31-24. Jameis Winston, 281 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception.
The one to pick doesn't really hurt his overall game.
No,
because he got all their points essentially.
Yep. In that throw to Alshon Jeffery-Jenkins and to Mike Evans were darts. Absolutely darts.
Bullet to Mike Evans for a touchdown.
Yep. I personally think that this Tampa Bay team is a sleeper team.
They are a sleeper team, definitely.
They could probably finish second in the division, even though their defense is not really that good.
Yeah, the defense could improve. I mean, their linebackers are good, and their defensive line's good. Mm-hmm. It's just that the cornerbacks and the safeties are a problem.
Yep. I really do like their offense, though.
Offense is real good, especially with Jameis.
Yeah, this offense really has a chance to be. They have the nucleus of players. They have the quarterback. They have the running back. They have the wide receiver. They even have the tight end. I like Alshon Jeffery-Jenkins.
I do too. Yeah.
I think they have.
Jeffery-Jenkins is good.
Yep.
Even Brandon Myers caught a touchdown. That was a surprise.
There's something. I think that they did.
Charles Sims was not dominant on both ends of the ball, but more catching wise.
No.
3 receptions for 32 yards, and they had that beast touchdown run.
Yep.
And Doug Martin, same thing. 2 dual threat running backs that help out their offense in both ways.
Yep. James, even though that offensive line is still a little shaky.
It's a little shaky, yeah.
I think James Winston has a lot of poise coming from the Jumbo Fisher offense.
Yeah.
At Florida State, now coming to Tampa. I think this team definitely has a chance now.
And especially when he's year 2.
Yep. I think this team definitely has a chance now. They could make the playoffs in the end. I think they could make the playoffs in the NFC, but the NFC is a lot tougher. If they were in the AFC, I said they're definitely in.
Yeah, they definitely could be in, but it's tough. It's a tough call, but they could.
All right.
I said if they don't make if they miss the playoffs, it'll be probably by like a game or like a half a game. So that's gonna be real close.
Yep.
If they keep playing the way that they're playing,
yep,
for the rest of the year, I mean, if Jameis Winston and doesn't go to become a show of himself like he was,
okay.
So could be real good. 2
teams that are probably are 2 of the best in the AFC, I think. The Cincinnati Bengals and the New York Jets.
This is a good game to watch.
It was 23-22. The Bengals win after getting the field goal with about a half a minute left.
Yeah.
AJ Green now owns a piece of Revis Island.
He does too.
180
yards.
8 catches.
He only missed
targets.
1 pass. He was targeted 13 times. They caught the ball 12 times. That's impressive.
And a touchdown. He got burnt, and Revis got burnt like toast. Absolutely burnt.
Well, he is 31, so not so much a dominant shutdown corner that he once was.
No, but I think the biggest concern for the Bengals now, that offensive line get up 7 sacks.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
7 sacks. And granted, that defensive lineman was the defensive line of the Jets are good, but no Sheldon Richardson, and they still get up 7 sacks. Leonard Williams at 2.5. Mahomes Wilkerson at 2. They had so many. Even Aiden Dalton didn't look that sharp. He didn't look sharp at the beginning of that. We called it early when we saw his passes. They looked like dead ducks.
They did look like dead ducks. They didn't look good at all. Fitzpatrick, 19 of 35 for 189 yards, 2 touchdowns and a pick.
And that pick came at the worst possible time.
The clutch interception that Fitzpatrick tends to throw.
Yep, right to Draco Patrick.
Matt Forte, again.
5 rushes for 50 yards.
Was the whole team.
Yep, 96 yards rushing. I think Matt Forte.
Decker contributed, and Quincy Enunwa got his first NFL touchdown. They contributed in both the touchdowns. Matt Forte didn't get a touchdown, but he did have 5 receptions for 59 yards that led the team. And he rushed the ball with 22 attempts for 96 yards.
I think I really say the Patriots should have signed him.
I think that I was a proponent at the beginning of the offseason. I was adamant that they should have signed him.
They didn't, and that's unfortunate.
I thought he would have been perfect in this offense.
Yep.
Dual threat running back, can pound the ball, but also can receive at the same time.
And also not injury prone. Unlike Deion Lewis. We like Deion Lewis.
We like Deion Lewis, but it's becoming a problem.
Yep. But for the Bengals, good win.
Good win for the Bengals, definitely.
On the road, week 1 against a team with a very
It's a tough place to play at MetLife. With the Giants, even in with the Jets, it's a tough place to play. They get really loud there. They're very passionate about their teams.
Yep. All right. Next up is what?
Oakland and New Orleans.
This game was amazing.
This is a crazy, crazy game. I thought that the Raiders were going to give up way less points than that. That defense really disappointed me.
Yep.
The rookie Jalen Richard came in with that massive 75-yard rushing touchdown. And
you had, I think Derek Carr looked great. I think Amari Cooper, even though he didn't get a touchdown, he set it up.
137 yards.
He set it up perfectly. The 2-point conversion, that was a gutsy call.
Yeah. It worked out.
Yep, he got it. And
Crabtree, 7 for 87. Not bad.
Another missed field goal. And again, I feel bad for Drew Brees. He threw for 400 yards.
423 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks. That's vintage Drew Brees right there.
I think Drew Brees is going to get in roller skates, for God's sakes.
I know, yeah. With the people that he has around him,
yep.
He's making them look good.
Yep.
Cooks had 2. I mean, Cooks is an elite threat.
Yep, but
Willie Snead, 172. He almost had 200 yards and touchdown.
Yep.
2 touchdowns for Cooks. One of them was on Sean Smith, who he toasted for a 98-yard touchdown.
Yep.
And right after that, Del Rio took Sean Smith out in like a class act at the end of the game. He admitted that he got toasted and he should have been taken out of the game.
Yep.
So that's what I like from that team, showing accountability and not blaming the coach for taking them out of the game.
Yep. That's what I said last week. I said last week that my big concern for Oakland is the defensive back.
Sean Smith is too slow to cover Brandon Cooks.
How did
he's more of a physical defensive back.
But how did Khalil Mack do?
I really didn't see Khalil Mack out there that much.
I don't know how well he did. My phone died.
4 tackles.
Not bad.
No sacks.
I wish he got sacked though. He'll get him. He'll get him. He gets him in bunches.
Bruce Irvin is the only sack for the
That's great.
Raiders.
That's what they signed him for. Anyway, but for the Saints,
and the Saints didn't get a sack. So far the protection for Derek Carr, perfect.
Yeah. So I will say this for Drew Brees and New Orleans: you're gonna have a lot of fun games to watch, but you're goddamn it, you're gonna get your heart broken.
That team is not good
on defense,
especially if they get 35 points a game. It's gonna be tough to win
on defense, and they're going against, and we'll get to them later when we preview when they go to the Meadowlands against the Giants in the rematch. Anyway, what's next?
Cincinnati, Chicago, and Houston.
2 teams that I really don't like.
2 teams I don't care about.
Let's see. We have Jay Cutler doing Jay Cutler things.
Langford had a rushing touchdown, 57 yards.
Yeah, I think Jim Langford was the best player on that team. Yep. But Houston.
Alshon had a pretty big game too. Yep. 6 targets, 4 receptions, 105 yards.
The big thing is the $75 million man, Brock Osweiler. Not impressed. I'm not impressed. They hand the ball off like 34 times to Lamar Miller.
28. Jesus.
And
28 to Miller, 1 to Alfred Blue.
Yeah, like 30 times.
And then 2 other people I've never even heard of.
That's a third of the
Tyler Irvin and
I guess
Jay Proche.
Yep. I don't know.
Don't even know those people, but Alfred Blue only 4 yards on 1 carry. So 29 yards basically between the backs.
They lost.
And Miller had 28 of them. They didn't have a touchdown.
Yep, he only threw the ball 35 times, 2 touchdowns. He had a very mediocre day, which is what Brock Osweiler is. Very mediocre. Big concern for the Texans is that they lost Brian Cushion.
Oh, Brian Cushion for the season. Not for the season.
For like 6 weeks.
First thing saying was a torn ACL. Not so much now. More of a torn MCL, which means he'll come back in 6 weeks.
Yep.
It's a 6-week injury.
I wish the Texans luck.
But for Texans fans, Davian Clowney showed up. He got a sack and 3 tackles.
There you go.
Maybe showing his talent the first time in his career.
Yep. So far, he's been playing with injuries. He's been off the field, and I think so far he's been a bust since he got out of college back in 2014 as number 1 overall pick. But
if he can turn around, I mean, he had a pretty freaking good game. It seems like.
I mean, think about it. They had a chance to get Blake. I think they should have drafted Blake Bortles number 1 overall because they had no quarterback that year, but they wanted to draft someone opposite J.J. Watt. And think about it. That would be a monstrous pass rush with both of them on the field at the same time.
Healthy. Yeah, exactly.
Because there's a triple team on always on Watt, and he always seems to get through it. But
Fuller is a rookie, right? Yeah.
Yep. Not to mention
Beast debut, 107 yards and a touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins and DeAndre Hopkins, them 54 yards and touchdown.
Yep. All he catches is touchdowns. All right. Next is
Green Bay and Jacksonville. Jacksonville's I don't know what they were doing. Definitely time management was an issue for them.
And I always say that they.
And I kind of saw that. I mean, I like Gus Bradley, but
coming around
those plays he ran at the end of the game were really bad. They were not good. It cost them in the end. They had a chance to win that game, and it's just they did not look good at the end of that game.
My biggest concern.
Closer game than I thought it was going to be, though.
Yeah,
it was a very entertaining game.
I thought this game was going to be an absolute blowout. But I'll say this.
Monte Adams had a touchdown. Nelson had a touchdown.
I'll say this
His
about
first game action back in a year for Nelson.
I'll say this about the Packers.
Good game.
They almost blew it.
They did.
They tried so hard to give up that game, and they almost did. And they gave. And Jacksonville does have a chance to win this division. I think all 4 teams.
All 4 teams aren't out of it. That's an easy.
And the AFC South can actually win.
The way the Titans played.
The way the Titans played on defense, yeah.
Definitely
the difference in that game was the defense.
The difference in that game was the second half. They played really well in the first half.
Yep.
Anyways, Julius Thomas, they basically got a touchdown from Bortles.
Bortles
was not as sharp as I thought he would be. 320 yards, the ball 39 times, 24 completions, a touchdown and a pick. I'm a huge Blake Bortles fan. Just did not see anything from him in that game.
No, I think they'll be better off next week. This is week 1's like working off the rust.
They'll be depends on who they're facing next week.
Minnesota and Tennessee. Minnesota did not score.
They're on to San Diego next week, Jacksonville. So that should be
that's a good game.
That should be a good game to watch.
We'll get to them.
We'll get to them in a minute. But Minnesota and the Tennessee Titans. I liked what I saw from Tennessee in the first half.
I did.
I was stunned at that. The Minnesota was shut out in the first half.
Yep.
Sean Hill.
The difference in that was the defense.
Yeah, the defense. Tennessee's defense in the first half looked like it was elite.
Yep.
It looked like it had come around.
I was talking about the Vikings. Gained 2 defensive touchdowns.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Marcus Mariota did not look well. I think he is bad. I think since the bad offensive line is starting to show, it's
more of a run-oriented offense with the 2
with DeMarco Murray and Marcus Mariota, Derrick Henry.
Henry did not have a good game.
No, he did not.
But like I was saying, Tennessee's defense stunned me in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
They looked like an elite defense out there for the first half, and then the second half
they held Adrian Peterson 31 yards. That's an impressive.
That's no team can do that.
Yep.
Besides them, obviously. Sean Hill, veteran backup, 18 completions off 33 attempts.
Sam Bradford probably
236 yards, no touchdowns, no picks.
Do you agree on that one?
I think Sam Bradford will be the starter next week. But they just need him to get adjusted to the offense a little bit more.
But I am happy for the Minnesota Vikings defense. They won on defense. It was great.
Yeah, big time.
Yep.
25 attempts at 41 yards. 25 or 41 for Mariota, 271 yards, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Meanwhile, they're running the big backs. Murray had 13 attempts for 42 yards and no touchdowns. And Derrick Henry had disappointing 5 attempts for only 3 yards. And Tajay Sharp led the offense like we thought he would.
Yep. Sleeper.
Looks like he's going to be a really good play in the NFL. 76 yards.
On 7 catches.
Real good game for him. Derrick Henry did have 41 yards receiving, though, of 2 receptions. So much better.
What the fuck are they doing here?
And
you can carry on for a second. I'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
And so the next game we have San Diego against Kansas City in an overtime thriller where Kansas City was down huge in this game. He rallied the troops, and Alex Smith did, and he came back and won the game. Pretty impressive. But for Philip Rivers, he was 25 for 36, 243 yards, and 1 touchdown. Danny Woodhead had a good game, 89 yards rushing of 13 attempts. Melvin Gordon finally showed his potential for the first time in his NFL career with 14 attempts for 57 yards and 2 fucking touchdowns. Finally.
And they lost.
I needed him last year and it didn't work.
And they lost.
And they did. And like I said at the beginning, but when we were out there, chasing people down, overtime thriller. Definitely.
Oh, yes, definitely.
The Chiefs came back. Alex Smith rallied the troops and he came back. Threw the ball a ton, but they came back and they won.
They had a 27. Didn't they have like a 27-point lead? What was the? Let me see here.
It was like a 27
They had a
20.
They had a 24 to 3 lead, and then it just came all crashing.
Oh, it came all crashing down.
Yep.
It
and
was
that's a credit to Tennessee. And Alex Smith and the defense, even though they played awful in the first half.
Oh, they were terrible in the first half. Nah, we saw it, we were watching the games together, and we were like, "What the hell is going on with this team?"
Yeah,
they were down huge.
That was my pick to be in the AFC Championship game. For
Yeah,
and I was like,
that was awful. So now the team of
battle of the first overall picks.
Battle of terrible
shits. It's the truth.
The shit Browns against the shit Eagles.
The Eagles won 29 to 10. That's just
They won by 19.
Does that tell you how far Cleveland is?
The Cleveland football Browns.
Oh, by the way, I actually saw this stat the other day. You know when the last time Cleveland had a starting quarterback that started all 16 games? Take a guess.
Tim Couch?
Tim Couch in 2001.
I just totally guessed on that one because I was thinking, okay, what terrible quarterback has started 16 games for them?
Yep.
It was Timmy Couch.
Tim Couch. The defense
and
did not.
I guess this is bad news to the Browns, but Robert Griffin III
got hurt. He's out for 8 weeks.
He's out for 6 weeks. And it's like a broken bone in his shoulder, right?
Yep.
Is what it was. He's out. He did not look very good in this game anyways, regardless.
Nope.
Now they turn the offense back over to Josh McCown, who last year wasn't all that bad. He was actually pretty good.
No, even though he did good. But the rest of the team's what I want.
The rest of the team is bad. They put a bad team around him.
Yep.
But 6-week injury for Robert Griffin III. I think he's going to have to win that job back in practice from Josh McCown because I think McCown's going to take the team and run with it again like he did last year.
I don't know where they're going to win a game.
They're not.
I really don't know where they're going to win a game.
I'll have to check their schedule, see when they're Tennessee maybe in week 6.
Might be, maybe. And I don't
That's it. They have a really tough schedule.
And they're at Tennessee too. That's
Baltimore, Miami, Washington, New England, Tennessee, Cincinnati, New York, Dallas, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, New York, Giants, Cincinnati, Buffalo, San Diego, and Pittsburgh. That's a tough schedule right there. that's not going to help them.
I just counted 15 losses.
That's
possibly 14.
And on the opposite end of the spectrum here, Carson Wentz looked like he was ready to play.
It looked like good, but
it looks like the lights did not shine too bright for him.
Philly fans, keep it in your pants. It's a clean one.
278 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Ryan Matthews, 22 attempts for 77 yards and a touchdown. Out touchdown, Sproles. You screwed me.
He's scared about his fantasy.
Jordan Matthews, 7 receptions for 114 yards and a touchdown. Jordan Matthews looks like a legitimate threat finally.
Yep.
Took him long enough.
Took him 3 years.
Dorial Green-Beckham, only 2 receptions for 14 yards.
That's kind of bad if that's your second best receiver is Zach Ertz.
It hurts. So next we move on to Miami and Seattle. Defensive showdown in this game.
Defensive showdown. 12 to 10. Think about it.
12 to 10. That's unbelievable.
Seattle had unfortunately for Seattle, they were actually down in this game. They were actually down in this game before Russell Wilson drove them down to win the game. Yep. Russell Wilson is hurt. Is there any update to his injury?
I think they're saying it's a high ankle. I think is what some analysts are saying. It's high ankle for him. But they said that it could be determined, I think, later in the week.
I think now they're just showing
he might play through
without Marshawn Lynch, without a good offensive, now without an offensive line. Now that he's hurt with the sprained ankle, he can't scramble.
He can't. He's going to be a pocket quarterback.
It's going to be tough, and with the receivers, and no offense to Doug Baldwin, who had a phenomenal second half of the year last year, but
they don't have anyone really.
They really don't. Jermaine Kearse.
Doug Baldwin did have 9 receptions for 92 yards on 11 targets and touchdown, but still,
that's our best receiver.
He's their number one, and I can't. He really showed up. He really showed up last year,
and Jimmy Graham only had 1 catch, and it was awful.
That offense is in trouble.
It's in trouble, and that defense is still really good, really damn good. And they have really tough competition coming up. Though.
They do.
They have to face the Cardinals. They have to go.
They only had 1 touchdown. It was scored by Ryan Tannehill on a rushing touchdown. It wasn't a throwing touchdown.
Yep.
Their big The big guy, Arian Foster, 13 for 38. Not a very good game from him. I mean, it's okay game, but...
No, Javaris Landry didn't even have a good game, I don't think. 7 receptions.
3 receptions for 62 yards for Arian Foster led the team.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Not even a touchdown.
Yep. You know what? That's weird. It was so bad the ending that they had to show it twice.
Yep.
They showed it to us twice.
Yep, they did.
Yep.
Oh, that was funny.
20-9. Okay, now time for Giants and
Giants and Cowboys. Pretty good game.
Pretty
divisional game.
Yep.
20-19, the Giants won.
Yeah, this will prove to you how,
Dak. I mean, it's first game. He looked okay. Threw the ball a little bit too much for my liking, but 20 rushes. Ezekiel had a really bad game.
Yeah, he only had about 50 yards for 20. Behind that offensive line, it's really terrible.
That is terrible.
And against also against that Giants.
I'm surprised they didn't go to after that. His longest run was 8 yards. Alfred Morris was 13.
Yeah.
I would have went more to Alfred Morris. Just as obviously Ezekiel wasn't getting it done.
But I'll say this though, this is going to prove to you how worth. They say Ezekiel's not the biggest disappointment for the Cowboys for me. It's Des Bryant. Des Bryant only had 1 catch for 8 yards.
That's wow! I didn't even see 5 targets. He got targeted 5 times. That's on Des like to not catch 5 targets.
Yep.
He's usually a monster out there.
Yep.
Only 8 yards off 1 reception and 5 targets.
Yep.
He went to Cole Beasley. I don't know why. 12 targets. An old reliable Jason Witten got 14 from Dak Prescott, the young quarterback who could potentially be the next franchise for them.
I think it can be.
They go off to Washington, another divisional game next week for them.
Yep, but I think this is a good win for the Giants.
It is a very good win for the Giants. They need to beat the Cowboys because I don't think they beat them last year, did they?
Well, they did it in Giants in MetLife because they had Matt Castle as quarterback.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
But I will say this, Terrence Williams, you are my friend, earned this week's
the stupidest play of the week.
I was going to call him you moron, the you moron award. Because good God, you get
talk
out
about
of
no
bounds.
clock management.
You get out of bounds. That's an undisciplined team, and that's why I think Jason Garrett should have been 5 years ago.
At least 2 years ago.
I say Cowboys. Thumbs down. Thumbs down for the Cowboys.
I mean, if Dak Prescott can improve, can improve, they have a legitimate quarterback, and they don't have to worry about Romo. But
next up is
Slopfest game, Lions Colts.
Oh, this game was fantastic. That's the great comeback by the Andrew Luck, who is the only person on the team. Oh my God, he has no offensive line, no running backs.
Oh no.
His best receiver, C.Y. Hilton, who is okay.
I mean,
he's not fantastic. No, his defense sucks.
Yeah.
And he lost by a freaking field goal.
Yep. Matthew Stafford did a terrific game.
He did. Matthew Stafford.
31.
He torched them.
39, 340 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Amir Abdullah and Theo Riddick were threats in the passing game.
Yep.
They had great games. Even Marvin Jones too. The only person I wish Golden Tate actually got a little bit more love, but
he did spread it out though.
Yep. Matthew Stafford.
Golden only had 3 targets, but Golden Tate with 7, Ebron with 5, Abdullah with 5, Theo Riddick with 5, and Marvin Jones got the team high 10.
Ready? No Sue. No Johnson. No problem. No problem. They won 30. They went into Indy. They went to Indianapolis against a MVP candidate quarterback. I think Andrew Luck has a chance to win MVP this year.
He does because he's in the option on the freaking team.
Yep.
He's a dual threat quarterback too.
I can't ready? He's gonna go against the Packers. Talk about 2 teams with literally just quarterbacks.
Yep.
But I think I'm happy for the Lions. They won the game, but good God, this is
get some help.
The
Colts need help.
Andrew Luck deserves some help. Andrew Luck is a great quarterback. He has got the talent.
This team did nothing to help him.
He's got the talent. He's good at recognizing coverage. He is good in pocket. He didn't turn the ball over, did he? No, he did not turn the ball over at all. I'll put it like this.
Nope, 4 touchdowns, no picks for Andrew Luck.
Yeah, he didn't have to turn the ball over. This is good because that comes up from his turnover ratio last year. Like the couple.
They had 2 sacks. The Colts did.
That's actually
both the same person.
And you know what? They still have a chance to win this division. Again, the division's wide open.
Division's way. It's like an open door.
They have the best quarterback.
It's a crater.
The Colts have the best quarterback in the division by far.
It's like the Grand Canyon. It's that open.
Yeah, it's
leaps
and bounds, and no one will want to win this division. And I think, personally, the Colts.
Can be won by anyone in that division. Pretty much.
Ryan Grigson is an idiot and should have been fired.
Yep.
Chuck Pagano should have been fired.
Yep. My biggest gripe was they didn't listen to the coach. The coach wanted defense.
The coach wanted defense and offensive lineman,
Yep.
and they got him an old receiver and an old running back.
They did.
Frank Gore and
Last year, they wanted Chuck Pagano was adamant about getting a defensive back because they needed help on the defensive side of the ball.
Because Vontae Davis.
Vontae Davis is hurt a lot, but he's a great corner. He's the number one corner. But when healthy, he's the number one corner. But when he's not healthy, he's irrelevant.
Yep.
But they need a defensive backup. Chuck Pagano went to Ryan Grigson and said, "Draft me a cornerback." And you know what he did? He did the exact opposite. He drafted Philip Dorsett, a speedy wide receiver that they did not need.
No.
It's insane.
The Colts, ready? The Colts have had a franchise franchise quarterback since 1997, and they've only won one championship.
Yep, that is true. With Peyton.
Yeah.
Would they be? Oh, the Bears.
The Bears.
Crappy Bears.
Yeah,
led by Rex Grossman.
Rex Grossman.
And a slop fest of a game that was in the rain.
Ugh. Okay, ready for?
I remember that too. That's funny. I thought Rex Grossman was really good until after that Super Bowl.
Ready for Jimmy G? It's Jimmy
My
G.
friends.
The Patriots have
everywhere. Patriots. Pats Nation. Don't worry. Jimmy G's got us. Tom's gonna come back. He's gonna take the job. No worries. I have no worries for this is the only concern I had.
Yep.
I was very you could see in the last video. I was very torn about who I pick in this game. I can't go against the Patriots, but the Cardinals, they're an elite team.
Yeah, they have a great talent on the team.
And I'm shocked that we beat them.
I am too. We saw it there. I was there.
We were, yeah.
You were at my house. I was watching you like
I was like, oh my god, this is unbelievable.
Like he missed it. Oh my god, he missed it. But I'll put it like
I'll
this.
say one thing though. I put a lot of criticism on Chris Hogan. What a beautiful throw by Jimmy G. What a beautiful catch by
Even
Chris
though
Hogan.
Tom would have made the exact same throw.
Yeah.
Because he was
just a beautiful throw and catch.
They call him right? Chris Hogan in 7-Eleven. He went shopping for toast.
Because he burnt him.
Oh god, he burnt that. I forget his name.
Was it Peterson?
No, it wasn't Peterson. It was the other guy. It was the guy opposite.
The rookie they started.
Yep.
The converted cornerback.
Now, I want to put this like this. I think the MVP for the game is actually not Jimmy Garoppolo. It's Bill Belichick.
Oh, yeah.
He came in with a great game plan. Told them, if you're going to beat us, you're going to beat us.
Brandon Williams.
Yep, we're going to take away the deep ball.
Yeah,
that's what they do.
There was really no deep ball besides the one to Edelman. Really? Or Amendola.
No. I meant like if the Cardinals. They told the Cardinals, if you're going to beat us, you're going to beat us with the deep ball. So they took away John Brown. They took away.
John Brown was irrelevant in that game.
They took away Michael Floyd mostly.
Oh yeah.
Even though he still had 60 yards, but
I didn't even see him catch the ball, but at the same time.
But Larry Fitzgerald and it's like I'll put it this: it's nothing against Logan Ryan. Larry Fitzgerald is
Hall of Famer.
Larry Fitzgerald might have the best hands I've ever seen.
Oh, I know. Some of those players, I was like, how did he catch that ball?
David Johnson just absolutely shedded like 8 tackles in one run.
It's ridiculous. Just absolutely insane.
Carson Palmer but I was they should have got more turnovers. That's the biggest concern I have. Like, they did not get any turnovers.
Jimmy G did throw some bad passes.
Oh, no, he did.
But there were very few of them.
Yep.
As opposed to the preseason where nearly all of them were bad.
Yep.
But granted, when the lights were shining the brightest, Sunday Night Football, Jimmy G stepped up to the plate and he won the game for the Patriots.
Yep.
Which is like shocking to even say that.
Bruce Arians got out-coached.
Quarterbacked, in a way.
Kisnero.
Catanzaro.
Shanked it.
They showed a statistic that I thought was wicked funny. From 45 out, he's last year, for his career, he's one of 5. From, I think it said like 43 before, he was perfect. So, I mean, I thought when Fitz caught that ball, it was like 3rd and like 20, and he caught that ball to set the field goal. I was like, oh, here we go. They're gonna break my heart right here.
They're gonna win the game.
We played so good in this game, and then it's gonna come down to a last-second field goal.
Yep, and I called it. He's gonna screw up the snap, and he's gonna go wide left.
Yeah, it was a screwed snap. It was.
And then it went wide left. So good for the Bills.
I like the little trickeries they were doing in that game too.
Yep. So good for the Patriots. All I'm gonna say is, stop the handing off to LeGarrette Blount. Please, please, for the love of God, stop handing out to LeGarrette Blount. All right.
Yeah, it is. Okay, good. It's like he's fucking freezing my phone.
Next up is the...
LeGarrette Blount did have a terrific game, though.
He did.
And the credit where credit was due, Marty didn't have the best receiving game, but his blocking skills are elite.
They were.
He
Marty.
opened up holes for Blount.
Marty,
like,
Imagination Connection.
That's his company, by the way.
That's hilarious.
And Marty was opening up those holes left and right.
He was. And that was not a hole, by the way. That was a nice clean block, but it wasn't ugly at the end.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm going back and forth on that. I don't know. He was opening up holes left and right for LeGarrette Blount to run through.
He was their best. I think him and Tooney were the best blockers they had.
Oh, yeah.
Cameron Fleming still sucks.
Perfect. I mean, Fleming was decent in that game.
He
wasn't as horrible as he was in the past. He's definitely improved a little bit.
Sorry, Marcus Cannon. I meant to say Marcus Cannon.
Marcus Cannon's god-awful.
Oh, God. Did you see some of the hits that Jimmy took, though? Marcus Cannon. Yeah, it's Marcus Cannon.
Yep.
Okay.
Although Cameron Fleming did play really good in that game.
So Jimmy G 1-0.
Yep.
Next up is it's now time for Monday Night Football. Two great games we have here. The Washington Redskins and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
This on paper looked like a good game.
I knew it wasn't. I knew the Redskins stood no shot.
No, obviously they didn't. It's the freaking Pittsburgh Steelers.
Big Ben, they turned the ball over, I think, 3 times.
I do personally really, really like the Steelers.
Yeah.
They are an awesome football team.
On offense.
I absolutely love Ben Roethlisberger. He's an elite quarterback. He deserves all the loving he gets.
No one just trusts him in the bathroom.
No. On the football field, give me him any day of the week other than Tom Brady.
And then we have Antonio Brown,
Antonio Brown, AB, one of the best.
He's the
top receiver in the NFL.
Yep.
And look who they got. Look who he's got throwing the ball to him. Ben Roethlisberger, one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL.
Yep.
That's like a Tom Brady, Randy Moss combination from 2007.
And then you have D'Angelo Williams, who turned back the clock.
Oh yeah, look like D'Angelo Williams of old, 26 for 143 yards and 2 touchdowns.
There we go, leading the league rushing in week 1.
Eli Rogers, the rookie, was pretty good in that game.
He had a bad deflection, which led to an interception, but
touchdown at 59 yards, not bad.
I was really disappointed in Kirk Cousins.
Shazier and even old man James Harrison got a pick in that game.
Yep, I was really disappointed in Kirk Cousins.
Although the one thing I'll give the Redskins credit for, no sacks.
Yeah, no sacks. But Kirk Cousins did not look good at all. I don't think.
I thought last year was an aberration. I thought the reason why the Redskins won the division was because he just showed heart, I guess. That's the only thing.
The rest of the division sucked at the moment.
No, the rest of the division was pitiful. Kirk Cousins, 329 yards, 2 picks, no touchdowns.
I think this game was to show...
No run game whatsoever.
No. I think this game was meant for the Steelers to flex their muscles.
Oh, yeah.
Flex their muscles.
6 receptions for 102 yards, no touchdowns.
I think touchdown. Antonio Brown ate Josh Norman's lunch and spat it back at him.
And the funny thing is, too, they paid him, what was it, $78 million? $78 million to do what exactly? Play on the opposite side of the football?
Yeah. And I think...
not play against the best receivers because they don't want him to get exposed. Because I think they know that he's not as good and they just pay too much money for him.
All right. Next up and finally is the...
oh, my God. Where the frick do we start with this game?
The Niners are not as good as that game showed it to be.
The Niners beat up on the pitiful Rams. Good. Embarrassed them.
I said that as a joke.
Gone.
Okay, last week I said that as a joke.
I honestly thought the Rams were going to win this game in embarrassing fashion because I thought they had a better defense and a better offense than San Francisco. But boy, did the Rams have problems.
They lost.
Major problems.
They don't have any corners.
No corners. Their defensive line looked awful.
Yep. The offense was terrible.
Offense is terrible.
Because they knew. Pitiful. Because they knew. It's Case Keenum. They're handing the ball off to Todd Gurley. So what do? They stacked the box, and then on 3rd and long, they had to throw the ball, and Case Keenum cannot throw the ball 5 yards down the field.
Oh, no. 17 of 35.
Oh.
130 yards and 2 interceptions. They might have stuck with... They should have stuck with Dick Foles instead, because apparently he's better than Case Keenum.
Yep.
That's saying something.
I think.
And they gave up all those picks for a first rounder who's not ready.
Which one?
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff. Yeah.
Playing, not even the backup.
He's in street clothes.
Third string wearing St. Louis Rams gear that they gave him.
Yep.
Not his football gear, T-shirts. That means he's not playing.
Officially, we're fired by week 5 if this continues.
Oh, they're not going to win a game.
Okay, let's go on to.
Nothing left to say about that.
Okay,
Crappy,
I'm done. But that's it for week 1.
game.
Let's move on to week 2.
Week 2. Tomorrow night,
The Jets and
the Jets and the Bills should be a really good divisional game.
It should really.
They always play each other really good. I always look forward to these games.
Yep.
I like seeing them. I like seeing them play each other because it's in the division. They beat the crap out of each other.
Sammy Watkins did not practice yesterday, so it looks like that Sammy Watkins is not playing. So all you fantasy owners that have Sammy Watkins,
just be careful out there.
That's me. He wished it was questionable, but he did not.
Wilkerson was limited.
He did not practice.
David Harris was limited.
Here's what I was saying.
So those are 2 pieces right there.
You know what I hate most about Thursday Night Football? It's not even like the games.
Sammy Watkins did not practice on Tuesday.
Yep. You know what I hate most about these Thursday Night Football games? The uniforms.
Yep.
They're so ugly.
I mean, this year they got it right. The
Yep.
Patriots uniforms look real good. The Bills do too. I mean, they got it right this year.
Yep.
And
What's wrong with them
40
wearing
blood
the,
also too.
why don't wear the throwbacks on Thursday?
That's what I say. We thought we were getting red jerseys, and we got blue jerseys instead.
But we already have those. I'd say we already have the blue jerseys.
I don't like that. I
The
mean,
blue
it's
pants.
not a bad color scheme. It's a lot better than they were last year.
The blue pants and the blue
But
shirt.
it was
Alright.
definitely should have been
Yep.
the old school look.
Carolina and San Francisco. This game should not be anywhere close. The Carolina Panthers should roll in this game. It's at home.
Yep.
They need to bounce back after that week 1 loss. I'm picking the Panthers. Oh, by the way, I should probably say I'm picking.
I never forgot about that.
I'm picking the Jets. Without saying Watkins, I will pick the Jets.
I'm going Jets too.
Okay.
Because if everyone was healthy on Buffalo, I'd pick Buffalo because Buffalo is a little bit better.
Yeah, and plus, Sammy Watkins owns Darrelle Revis.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of owning Darrelle Revis, it's St. Adrian and the Bengals versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. This game should be intense. This is the best rivalry in football right now.
Oh yeah.
It's the most physical game. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking for it to be awesome.
Yep. Let's see here. This game is pretty tough to pick because on one hand we have I think the defense of Pittsburgh is not that good, and I think the defense is better on Cincinnati, but it's on the road. It's at home.
Oh yeah.
Against the Steelers. I think their offense. I think the.
I wonder if these are this year's rankings because they're third against the rush this year so far.
That's probably.
It's probably last year, but yeah.
It might be last year's rankings.
Yeah. So, what do you got?
Let's see here.
I'm going Steelers.
I
like the Steelers.
I will go Pittsburgh at home. Yes.
Dallas and Washington.
Dak Prescott.
I'm going the Cowboys on this one.
That defense is that defense did not look good on against the Giants, so I'm gonna go.
A couple of big people for them are.
I'm gonna go with Jared Reed and the Redskins. I'm gonna go upset.
Definitely not a good sign for them. Ronald Leary, groin questionable, and Orlando Scandrick there, number 1 corner, hamstring questionable.
That's the reason why I'm gonna go with the better offense in this, and that would be with Kirk Cousins and the Redskins. Okay, next.
The craptastic game, Ravens, Browns.
Ravens.
We don't even have to look.
Move on.
KC, Houston. Go KC.
I will go Kansas City in the upset. Yes. Because
New Orleans and the Giants.
Ooh, this is gonna be a shootout. It's gonna be an absolute shootout.
I think. By the way, what the offense, what Drew Brees got out of Willie Snead, I'm gonna go Saints in this one.
I'm gonna go with the home team. I'm thinking that the Giants are gonna redeem themselves from last year.
Actually, now that I think of it, Saints on the dome. Drew Brees is not good out of domes.
Yep.
So I've changed. Never mind.
Giants.
I forgot this is not a home game for Drew Brees. Drew Brees is amazing inside the dome, but once he leaves the dome, he does struggle a lot on the road. Patriots over Dolphins. Don't even need to.
I will All right, so this one is at the Ford Field. I'm picking the Patriots. So I think I'm gonna go with Lions.
I'm going with the Lions in that one. It's not a really competitive game.
Nope.
Like what I said, like what I saw from Tennessee's defense
Yep.
on Sunday, but it's not much to keep me
Seattle
interested.
at LA. Here's the thing on this one.
Seattle.
Here's the thing on this. LA plays Seattle tough.
They do.
Even if
They've
they
beaten
lose.
them, but
So-
that was with their weapons. They had weapons. Now they don't have
What?
weapons anymore.
What in? No, they beat them
Los
last
Angeles.
year. But LA beat them last year. But so with Kenny Britton and Kayvon Austin in St. Louis.
Yeah, but their defense have got much
Yep.
worse.
I'm gonna go with an upset here. I'm going Los Angeles here.
Go
Over
St.
this.
Louis. Not St. Louis anymore. But Seahawks. Going Seahawks. I don't trust the Rams anymore. Not a fan anymore. So
I always pick
they can.
Cardinals or the
suck
Bucks. So this is gonna.
Cardinals and the Bucks.
Yep.
Arizona coming off a
Devastating loss.
devastating loss. Not embarrassing loss, but
Yep.
embarrassing for the cornerbacks.
Yep.
Because Arizona's much better than that.
I
They
think-
have no help in that back end.
Yep.
Now that we saw it.
I think James Winston, they had a good win in week 1, but I think Cardinals will
I think
overwhelm.
the Cardinals will definitely overwhelm them with the deep ball.
It's at home. I'm going Cardinals.
Yep. I think they'll rebound.
Yep. Jacksonville, San Diego.
I'm going to go Jacksonville in this one.
I'll go Jacksonville. That defense last week for the.
The Jaguars limited Aaron Rodgers, which is surprising in a way.
I was talking about the Chargers really was bad, and they did the whole
Oh, yeah.
show. So
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna go.
Even though I thought the Jaguars defense last week was pretty good too against Aaron Rodgers, I thought Aaron Rodgers was going to torch him.
Okay, Indy at Denver. I'm gonna do. Should we do a round table for this?
Yeah, round two.
I think this. I
definitely.
think this is the marquee game of the week because I don't know what the Sunday football games. We'll look that up later. So we'll see here.
Ooh.
Quarterback. Andrew Luck is definitely a lot better.
You do like, obviously, yeah.
Running back. C.J. Anderson versus Frank Gore.
Anderson because he's younger. Frank
Yeah.
Gore's not as good as he used to be.
Nope. So that's 1-1. Receivers and tight ends.
Like we said, we'll lump them into one, so it's
Yeah.
not all over the place.
So let's see, that'll be Demaryius Thomas is questionable. We don't know if he's playing or not.
Yeah, Demaryius Thomas, Emmanuel Sanders,
It'll be Emmanuel Sanders and
Virgil Green.
Versus
Um,
T.Y. Hilton, Dante Moncrief, and Dwayne Allen.
I go the Broncos. Broncos definitely have the edge in that for me.
I'm actually gonna go if Demaryius Thomas does not play.
Yeah,
I will go.
we're talking about in general. If he doesn't,
in general, if
in general it's the Broncos, but
if he doesn't play, I'm gonna go in.
Indy, yeah, because then they could slide. Jack Doyle played a terrific game last week.
Doyle defense.
if you're
Broncos, no doubt on that one.
Colts fan, it's not looking good for Vontae Davis this week. He's doubtful with an ankle injury, which means he's most likely not going to play.
Yep. And defense, that's definitely a Broncos.
Yeah, there's
And
no
keep the lead. My team is to win.
Mine says the win. Questionable the hip, Demaryius Thomas. Norwood concussion, Benny Fowler elbow, Derek Wolf neck, all questionable because there's no probable distinction anymore. So we don't know anymore for week 2.
Yep. I think so. Then we have and head coaches. I think Gary Kubiak is the better coach.
Gary Kubiak is the better coach.
Yep.
If you said this a couple years ago, it's a John Pagano.
Yep.
Even though they're John Fox,
Yep.
but I would say John Fox. But
I will pick.
no, Oakland and
Who are you
Oakland
picking?
for that game.
Yeah, Indy and Denver.
Denver.
I'm gonna go Indy. Because
I think Denver's defense can win them that game.
it could, but Andrew Luck. Remember what he did last year
Yeah.
against that defense in
Yeah,
Indianapolis, and what he did in Denver 2 years ago.
He did.
So I'm gonna go with the
damage.
Colts because of Andrew Luck.
Yeah,
Because he's a great quarterback. Falcons at the Raiders.
going Oakland on this one.
I will go Oakland because that Atlanta defense is really bad, and it's going to be Julio Jones and Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
Amari Cooper right here. I thought he'd be taller in person, but yeah, he's right here.
Coop. Damn.
Yep. All right, let's shit. All right, next game.
Fantastic game all around. Divisional game. Green Bay, Minnesota. Gonna be a
At
terrific
Minnesota.
game.
First game at the
At Minnesota at the new Vikings Stadium.
Yep.
Sunday night game. Should be a terrific game. They always play each other really, really well.
Yep.
My brother's gonna like this one. I'm going Packers on this one.
I'm going Minnesota. Better. I'm going to go with a better defense.
Yep. You can't really go wrong with either of these teams.
No, you can't. Either one you pick, I'm going to Minnesota with the upset.
Although there's some Sam Shields, their number one corner.
Yep.
Questionable with a head injury. He got a concussion. Not really. Xavier Rhodes was inactive last week for the Vikings, which is kind of a big blow because he's like the number 1 or number 2.
Number 2 corner.
Questionable with a knee. But
Kendricks,
other than that,
Kendrick and Barr and head coach.
that defense is filthy, but I'm going to go with Packers.
Yep, it does that home field advantage for Blue Boys. But I will go with Minnesota.
Yeah. Monday night, Philly and Chicago. Who the hell is going to watch that game?
I will be.
I know what I'm going to be watching instead, but
I will be going with. I'm going to go with the Bears because I think
I like what I saw from Carson Wentz.
I did too.
This is a tough pick for me, honestly.
Because I don't like either team. I will go with Bears at home.
I'll go.
Because I don't think that the Eagles have enough talent. I don't think the Eagles have enough talent on defense.
I'm going to go the Eagles.
All right, I'm going to go.
It's really like that's a tough pick because both those teams are really bad.
I will go Chicago and good God.
Philly because just specifically because of Carson Wentz and Jordan Matthews and Ryan Matthews.
That's going to do
That's the only 3.
Yeah, and I'm going to go with Chicago because of Langford and Jeffrey. Not because of Jay Cutler, who might be the biggest douche. So, on that note, make sure you like this video, subscribe for more content. The show will come out every single Wednesday. Last week came out on a Thursday, but hey,
that's because we came back. That's because we came back, but then on Wednesday we happened to upload it.
Yeah.
Later on,
I kind of was. But subscribe to my friend Owen's channel, Wrestling 1444. For all you wrestling fans out there, we will be on that show.
We'll be on the show. It's
the Aftershock Corner will be.
It's not going to be airing. It's going to be we're doing it at 2:00 on Fridays.
It'll be on
later on in the day.
Yep, it'll be on the air probably around 7 on a Friday. Yeah. Where we review everything in the world of pro wrestling. If you want to really like that stuff, go check out his stuff. I also really enjoy his channel and his other content.
There's some great reviews of shows and pay-per-views and whatnot.
That he's finally caught up on.
He's finally caught up on it, but
so that's going to do it for us.
That's going to do it for us here from Massasoit Community College. You'll be seeing us in this familiar location for the rest of the semester. It depends on next semester, but hope you guys enjoyed the show. We'll see you again next Wednesday when we review
week 2.
Week 2 and preview week 3.
Goodbye, everybody.